What is going on, guys? Gannon here, and today we're going to be ranking the East Blue Antagonist. This list isn't really about power level or like which one is stronger, which is the best one. This is my personal preference, which characters I like more, which ones made more impact me when I read and watched this part of One Piece. So keeping that into consideration, we're just going to get right into it. There's going to be 6 people on this list, and we're going to start off with Alvida. Now, Alvida isn't really a main antagonist by any sorts, but she is the first antagonist of the entire One Piece series, or at least the one that like Luffy straight up faces. She appears in Chapter 2, and then she later eats the Sube no Mi and becomes extremely slim, and she then becomes like a henchman to Buggy, or a co-captain, or a co-pirate, so which is a reason why she's not higher up on this list, because she's kind of insignificant. She doesn't do a whole lot, but she was there, so she is going to appear. Next up on the list, guys, we have Smoker, and I believe at this time in the story he was a captain, and he was the first Logia fruit to appear in the series, and he is definitely a fan favorite to appear on the East Blue side of the story. But I think that having a Logia fruit is basically fucking cheating. I mean, the ability was really cool to witness that there was something that existed like that in the One Piece world, but again, he was basically invincible. All you can do is run from the guy. It's not very interesting to fight him. And then I also hold some even deeper feelings about Smoker later on in the series, which is why I am going to put him at the number 5 spot. I feel like he wasn't even really a huge antagonist, like he wasn't a major villain, and a lot of these other characters either still have really awesome, really cool implications in the story, like they're still in it, or they just made a way bigger impact on me when I was starting One Piece, and there really needed to be some cool villains there for me to latch onto that story, for me to continue watching for like 800, 900 plus episodes and chapters. With that, we are moving on to the number 4 spot, and this is probably going to surprise some people, but I do have Arlong. Arlong and his crew were the first time we ever got to see fishmen in the series, to my knowledge. He was just a ruthless killer, causing Nami so much grief, very emotional time in the East Blue Saga. There was a lot of things that Nami was doing before in that series that was building up to that. The main reason she was even a cat burglar was so that she could steal money so that she could buy back her village from Arlong, which he never really was going to give back the village. He was just going to take the money, be like, haha, fuck you. Arlong Park was one of the coolest scenes, however, when Sanji, Zoro, Usopp, and Luffy went up, broke through the wall. Luffy was primed and ready, and then you just straight up went to Arlong and punched him right square in the jaw. It was super cool. The reason I'm not putting Arlong higher up on this list is because probably his character design, probably the way his character acted, and how the battle was just kind of drawn out and a little bit tedious to me. Arlong didn't have any really special abilities besides being this big brute with shark teeth who was really intimidating, and that's probably why I'm going to put him at the number 4 spot. The people above him have distinct features and abilities that made their fights way more enjoyable, and that's basically why I have Arlong so low, is because he really didn't impact me or leave so much of an impression as the characters above him. Coming in at number 3, we do have Don Krieg. Now, Don Krieg is kind of interesting because he is totally a shithead human being. He had this fleet of 50 ships. He went to the Grand Line and he totally failed because he got his shit kicked in by Mihawk. One of the reasons I like Don Krieg so much is he is an absolute fucking animal. Like, there's nothing that this man won't do to win. As long as he wins the fight, anything can happen. He'll probably just shoot his own men, he'll kill civilians, he'll take people hostage. He's an absolute savage. He has this armor, the Wutsuko no Yoroi. Yeah, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. It translates to Woot's steel armor. I don't remember if his armor was ever specifically mentioned to be a certain alloy. I always thought it was gold because it looked gold, and I thought it was referenced to be gold. Somebody should probably leave that down in the comments, but it's literally translating to Woot's steel armor, like his armor is made out of steel, so I don't really get it, but he does have like diamond brass knuckles, which are the most metal thing I've ever seen in my life. He has so many fucking awesome things built into it. He's got machine guns, poison spikes, he's got poison gas canisters, he's got this totally awesome spear called the Dai Senso, which means great battle spear, and it is an exploding spear, which if you hit your enemies with it, it fucking explodes. Super awesome. This was a really badass fight. Luffy literally was fighting to the death, taking every blow, getting stabbed by these projectile spears. The moment he punched the porcupine cape was super awesome. Don Krieg provided us with a memorable fight, really memorable character, and a lot of memorable things in his armor. For that reason, he's going to be taking the number 3 spot. Alrighty, now at the number 2 spot we have Buggy. Buggy was the first main antagonist, the first big fight of the One Piece series. To this day, we are still seeing Buggy. He is now one of the warlords of the sea. His bounty was frozen at 15 million berries, which is totally a meme. Buggy at the start of the series was definitely a little shit, but he was a lovable little shit. He's so funny, really greatly depicted in the anime as well. He has the Chop Chop fruit power, which if you guys remember, he got on Roger's ship when Shanks scared him, patted him on the back, and he accidentally ate the fruit. Which is another thing. Buggy has a lot of different layers to his character. He has huge association with Shanks in the Roger Pirates. We've seen Buggy in plenty of other different arcs, like the Impel Down arc, the War of the Best arc. You know a character is really good when he appears at the start of the series as a villain and reoccurringly keeps on showing up and just gets better every time. Buggy just did a lot of awesome things. He continues to do a lot of awesome things, which is why he's coming in at the number 2 spot, but the number 1 spot on this list is my absolute favorite because of just the motifs, just everything he does. Oh, I loved this fight. I love his character, and I'm really excited. The last character I'm going to mention today is, of course, Captain Kuro. Captain Kuro was the antagonist of the Syrup Village arc, Usopp's village. He basically was the butler to Kaya, and he acted like her butler for 3 years just to kill her and take her money. Known as Kuro of 100 Plans, I love everything about him. His character design, the mantra he has about just wanting to live in peace and having a lot of money. He is the second most intelligent person in the East Blue. He is the user of one of the coolest abilities to show up in the East Blue Saga, the Pussycat Maneuver. And despite its silly name, it is something that absolutely needs to be feared. It's kind of a jank bootleg version of Soru, but I think it might be faster. It's just that he can't exactly see where he's going when he's doing the full-out Pussycat Maneuver. He has these really awesome kitty gloves with sabers on the end of them that he slashes people with. His fight with Luffy was really badass, fight to the death. He's just a very intimidating character. And even after he was going to successfully carry out this plan to have Kaya write the will and for him to get the money, he just planned on slaughtering everybody close to him because he just couldn't let anybody live knowing his true identity. Captain Kuro was able to successfully fake his own death with his intelligence. His character design with the literal piles of poop on his butler's jacket, as well as his striped shoes. I don't know why I love his striped shoes so much, but they are absolutely hilarious. The end of the fight where Luffy just throws him back to his crew was totally epic. He is actually still alive, not caught by the Marines yet, or to our knowledge, and I'd really love to see what he's doing now. Anyways, guys, that's why I have to put Kuro at the number 1 spot as the last person and my favorite antagonist in the East Blue Saga. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please go down to the comments and reorganize this list in any way you'd like. Please tell me who your favorite is, who you'd have at the bottom, why you don't like my list, why you do like it. Just leave any comments down below. You guys know I love reading comments. But with that, guys, I will have to see you in the next one. 世界